welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 4 of our Flabbergasted one-shot, so make sure you listen to the first 3 parts before continuing on with this episode. Zach does a great recap for the story so far, so I will hand it over to him. But before I do, remember, every protagonist has the 4 following traits: bravado and persuasion, culture and etiquette, creativity and passion, and wit and sharp. When asked to make a check, the player must create a dice pool of d6s equal to the number of points they have in the related trait. Then roll it. For example, if you had 2 points in bravado and persuasion, you'd roll 2d6 when making a bravado and persuasion check. Rolling a 5 or a 6 counts as a success. 4 or below is a failure. The game's director will indicate how many successes are required in order for an action to be successful, with 1 success being a moderate challenge, all the way up to 3 successes being a daunting challenge. And that's it. That's all you need to know to play Flabbergasted. A massive thank you to Zach from Realms of Peril and Glory for running this wonderful game of Flabbergasted. Realms of Peril and Glory is an actual play podcast of big laughs and big heart. They jump from one setting to another and devour as many game systems as they can get their hands on. Realms of Peril and Glory is packed with gorgeous original music and glorious sound design that sweeps up listeners into stories of their incredible cast. As someone who loves a lot of different RPG systems and is a fan of gripping stories, I can highly recommend checking out Realms of Peril and Glory. They have something for everyone. Be sure to check out Realms of Peril and Glory on their website. That's www.realmspod.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. So, with all that out of the way, let's play Flabbergasted.
Welcome back to What Am I Rolling? I am Zachary Fortiscom, your game master today. Not Fiona today, folks. Get ready for a rip-roaring ride through Flabbergasted, a fabulous game by the Wanderer's Tome. It is written by Fleur and Chelsea Sciortino, and you can find a link to this marvelous game of a faux 1920s at the link in the podcast description. But before we get too much further into things, why don't we introduce some of the wonderful players here with me today. Let's start with James.
Hello, I am James Barbarossa. I'm a guest here from Realms of Peril and Glory, and I will be playing Arkwright, the valet to Lady Pebbledash, and both of our pronouns are he, him.
Nice. Jane.
Greetings, Earth listeners. I am Jane Hermiston. My pronouns are they, them, but I am playing Anne Figgy Fitzroy, the Duchess of Adelaide, whose pronouns are she, her.
Fiona.
That's me. Hello, everyone. My name is Fiona, she, her pronouns, and I am playing Ms. Melanie Chisholm, or Mel C to her friends and colleagues. I am a Bohemian, and pronouns are also she, her.
And finally, Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz Campbell. I'm playing Dora Pebbledash, the American heiress, which is the well-to-do playbook.
Amazing. So, last we left off with Flabbergasted, we were at a party at the Royal Modernist Gallery, a gallery built by Her Royal Highness Princess Marjorie Chen, She is throwing a grand celebration of the Royal Society of the Protection of Birds after the right, great, and magnificent bird-watching jamboree that just took place, where our players, the rueful spotters of pretty avians, or RSPA, won the day and thus received an invite. They realized they were a bit lowly on the invite list, arriving first, but soon they realized that there was perhaps a wedge driven between Her Royal Highness, the Princess Marjorie Chen, and Lord Sanjay Wrigley, the head of the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. There was some discussion with Lord Wrigley's fiancée, Countess Tilly Culpepper, that perhaps the princess's royal patronage could be removed from the society and moved to another institution. And, yeah, that's what happened.
Wow. What pomp and circumstance is this?
All of this subterfuge and mystery and little interpersonal dramas is unraveling as our players attempt to sabotage Lord Wrigley, and the Princess Marjorie Chen finally arrived at the party, spelling the end of the episode. And now we'll pick right back up from where we left off. The princess has arrived at the party. Hello, everyone. So lovely to see me, isn't it? And she kind of swans into the room with her tiara and pink and gold tulle. And meanwhile, just wrapping up her song is one Mel C. Mel, you spy Dora. Where's Dora in this moment?
Like, basically next to Mel without, like, just fully dancing. Just, yep.
Next to you is Dora, who is dancing about, but you spy kind of slinking up the stairs into the depths of the Royal Modernist Gallery is Figgy and Arkwright. But you are just wrapping up your performance, the princess has arrived, and you are just stepping down off the stage. What are you up to?
Seeing that Arkwright has taken Figgy away, I assume for some very important reasons. Obviously, we've all clocked the princess is coming. I'm like, oh, well, Miss Pebbledash, this is probably the perfect time to go and greet and stuff, and I can escort you there, or I think that would be a perfect time for us to really get a hone on this party, and I'll just impress her with our club.
Mel, I really respect your dedication to parties.
I do try. It is kind of my trade a little bit.
Oh my God. I've never asked you anything about yourself before. It's fascinating to know.
No, we've been friends for over 6 months.
Yes.
And no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just glad that you keep inviting me back.
Well, somebody's got to stick it to this RSPB.
Yes. Well, I tell you, I am actually, after our little jamboree shenanigans, I actually have learned some bird calls and stuff. So if you should need me, I have the perfect party trick to sort of draw attention to myself. So if you need it, you know who to ask.
Fabulous.
As that's all going on, you are tapped on the shoulder, Mel, and you see one of the artists has kind of like come up to you. This is Valentina Flores. Hello, I'm sorry, I noticed you wearing a Humphrey Fitzroy?
Oh, no, this is of my own design. I just, I just, some old thing I found, and I'm just, wearing
it's
it
just
out.
gorgeous. Sorry, excuse me. It's just that it looks a bit like there's a famous painting been lost for ages.
Oh.
Is it a replica or is it?
Maybe. I mean, I just like birds. I'm part of the RSPB, and I thought I would just show off my my true feathers, so to speak.
As Mel says RSPB, and I hit her in the back of the head.
RSVA. That's a genuine mistake on Fiona's part.
I figured that was the case, but
I just assumed you were lying about your allegiances.
oh, it's lovely. My name is Valentin Flores. I'm one of the artists they're exhibiting tonight. The princess commissioned me.
Which one is yours? And I just point round to all of them.
It's that one there, and she points out this deep red painting. It's kind of like bursts of running red colors, kind of in the shape of something. Could I get a creativity and passion quickly? Just one success.
May. That's no successes with 4 dice.
It's vaguely in the shape of something, but you're a bit distracted. You're a bit all over the place. You're just corrected. You're not quite focusing. But she's got this. She's pointing out the painting. Yes, Princess commissioned me to paint, and of course with the jamboree and everything. So
Yes,
it's wonderful.
Yes, but it looks just like her. I really think it really brought out the colour of her eyes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, yes. And that conversation carries on.
Yep.
And we'll move upstairs unless Dora has something she wants to be doing right now.
Oh, no, by all means, go upstairs. I'm having a lovely time.
We head upstairs as Arkwright and Figgy are... As Arkwright and Figgy are marching through the depths of the gallery. What are you attempting to do? I know you're looking for Lord Sanjay. Anything else you're attempting to do as you look?
Well, I am slowly realizing that I've embedded myself into the core plot of this rather than pulling some personal shenanigans on the side. And I think that Arkwright's just trying to get Figgy hyped up, led on into full tilt on this story, just so that the Duchess is in full swing for when we encounter Lord Wrigley.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, that all sounds. Tell me more, please do.
And then he said to me, "That's not a royal flush. There isn't even such a thing as a 13 of diamonds."
That's...
Can you believe that?
I can't believe the cheek.
I know. And you know what he did next? And that goes on for some time. Yes.
Doesn't he know who you are?
You walk past kind of rows of paintings set up for the public. The lights are kind of off because this area is not actually in use. And you hear kind of down the hallway, there's some like kerfuffling sounds that you hear kind of down in the distance, but you can't quite see anything. Just sounds of lowered voices and gentle pauses.
Well, that sounds sinister. Let's pursue that.
I slightly disconnect my sword cane from itself. Just, it's not out, but it's just ready to go if I need it.
Oh no.
Perhaps Lord Wrigley has found himself to this particular wing to get a sneak preview of whatever's on display here.
If Figgy murders Lord Wrigley in his party, this will be the greatest party
Yes.
I've ever been to.
We will deem it as a success.
Yeah.
Finally, we all end up in prison.
Yeah.
So you you are marching through the gallery, and you can I get a quick what's the equivalent of like notice here? Let's go for wit and sharp to hear what's going on in the depths of this gallery.
1 success.
1 success.
1 from me too.
1 from you as well.
Okay.
Marvelous. You both pause for a moment as you, right around the corner, there's this kind of, you can turn a corner into a larger separate space where they kind of have been doing these odd little motion picture displays, very modern.
It's quaint.
It's very sweet that they think that this is art.
Yeah.
And you hear the gentle sound of a kiss breaking. Sorry.
Scandalous.
Oh.
Quick, stab him, Figgy.
Well, this sounds very sensitive, and I think we ought to get there as quickly and as sharply as possible.
It's just
Step
such a
right
shame I don't have my photography machine.
You kind of, I'll say it's kind of a curtained area. You throw the curtains open, and you see, kind of entangled in an embrace, is Lord Sanjay Wrigley, and second in line to the throne, Princess Annalise Chen.
Oh.
Who both look up and go, Figgy, Arkwright.
Yes.
Sorry, must pop off. Goodbye. And she kind of rushes away.
Oh, pardon me, Lord Wrigley. Didn't mean to interrupt this private viewing. Simply checking out the what is it? Kinematography,
Something like that. Yes.
which I presume you were here for as well.
Yes.
The cinematography.
Yes. Rubbish, if you ask me.
As evidenced by the fit state that you are in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite manic in rage of rubbish.
Yes.
What are you doing here?
The Duchess of Adelaide.
Figgy is just grinning and just staring. Sanjay, in front of a curtain. Did your parents teach you nothing?
Fitzroy, I had just about enough of you. For one night. Forever, in fact.
Not enough of the lovely young royal, though, I see.
Look, it was right in front of a curtain. It's an accident waiting to happen.
I
Realistically.
don't know what you think you saw.
Who's cheating at cards now, Sanjay?
There is still no such thing as a 13. I don't know what you think you saw, but certainly wasn't anything worth knowing.
No, of course, absolutely not. And I don't know what I think we saw, so I'm just going to go and ask dear Marjorie, and she can tell me what I saw. That would be, don't you think, Arkwright? That would be the right thing to do right now.
I was just thinking that Lady Pebbledash would be the perfect person to ask about such sensitive matters.
Your Dora is great at this sort of thing. She knows exactly
I'm
what's
going to
on.
just...
What do you want?
What do we want? What do we want, Figgy? Tell me what we want. Lord Wrigley, this sort of disgraceful behaviour is perhaps precisely why the Countess Culpepper just departed through the servants' exit not a moment ago. Something about Lord Featherbottom wanting to buy the chandelier. I don't know.
She what?
Right through the servants' entrance, right out. Though, if you hurry, you may catch her.
All right, give me a wit and sharp. I only really want the one success.
I just got to get this guy out of here. I don't know what else to do. I'm in too deep. That is 2 1s and 2 6s.
Oh! No, she can't leave. We have to talk to the princess. Damn! And runs, just sprints as quickly as he can out of this place.
That was a lot more serious than I thought it was going to be.
I did honestly think that there were some rats up here. I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't know.
I thought they'd be stealing something, but it's... I don't know.
And you said the party wasn't in our honour, Arkwright. With a gift like that, it clearly is.
And when they deliver us such a feast on a silver platter, Count, it's quite... well, I think we should go tell the others.
I think so too, yes.
So you head downstairs and you see that Mel is still caught in this weird conversation with the artist. Just, it was good. Yes, nice.
Yeah, great. What?
If I'm not receiving sufficient attention in the conversation between Mel and the artists, I think Dora is going to go and find someone else to talk to. And I might introduce myself to the princess who's obviously thrown this party in my honor.
Amazing. So you approach the princess who is just swanning about. She is speaking with the Countess Tilly Culpepper in each other's ears, not trying not to be overheard too much. But you see they are just chatting to each other, just, yes, fine. And do you want to interrupt them?
Yes, of course. Ignoring all social propriety of not interrupting what appears to be a serious conversation, I think I'm just going to swan up and go, darling, you must be the princess. And I'm going to almost extend my hand, not expecting it to be kissed, but expecting it to be taken in friendship.
And she takes it. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, sorry, who are you?
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't heard. I'm Dora Pebbledash, American, but don't hold it against me.
Oh, must I?
I just want to say thank you for this absolutely wonderful party. We have had to provide our own music, but otherwise, absolutely tip-top.
Well, thank you. You are part of the...
RSPA, yes.
Yes, that's the one. Oh, well, you did a good job. Good showing at the competition.
Yes, we were, and I think the most important thing to take away is that we were victorious. And I think at that point, I catch the eye of the Viscountess, just like as she's lurking in a corner, and just say the word victorious very pointedly in her direction. Not actually interacting with her, but she's, encroaching on my turf in some way.
She flips you the bird.
Yeah, fair.
This little 13-year-old that you're staring daggers at just looks at you, like makes a rude face, like, flips you the bird.
Well, they are bird experts, aren't they?
Way.
Well, that is the joke.
Well, fair enough.
Yes, no, very, very good. Tell me, be honest, it's the first time I've ever heard about your society before.
But certainly not the last, right?
Well, here's hoping. Are you looking to expand the notoriety of the rueful spotters?
I mean, I would assume that the word of our victory has traveled far and wide and that I'm actually quite famous and important now, but I suppose if there was more notoriety to be gained, then, who am I to turn that down?
Tell me, Dora, Miss Pebbledash.
Oh, no, please, Dora.
Dora.
And I'll call you Margie, of course, yes?
Her Royal Highness will do.
Oh, you're so silly. Margie.
How did you come to your love for birds?
It's funny, really. I was sitting around one day, as I like to do, just thinking of things that I would probably be very good at. And Arkwright was saying something. It's really like a droning noise. And I looked out the window and I saw a bird. And I thought, well, clearly I'm great at that.
Well, it's certainly paid off. Naturally talented, it would seem.
Some of us just have it in us. Breeding, what can I say?
Oh, my papa used to take me out with my sister. We used to go watch the birds all day. Of course, she had to be the first to shoot the bird and then take the bird from me. But I got the throne, so who's laughing now?
Both of us. A cracking party, though.
Thank you. Well, your music support has been delightful.
Oh, well, you should speak to my friend Mel. She's available for hire at very expensive rates.
Oh, well, money is no object to us.
Of course not. We're rich.
I'd love to meet her. In fact, Tilly, Tilly, and she kind of moves over to her kind of confidant and is like, Tilly, why don't you go find Sanjay and we'll introduce him to this marvelous performer, and perhaps at future jamborees we can have musical performances. Wouldn't that be lovely? And you see Tilly goes, yes, of course, yeah, and kind of scurries away to go find Sanjay. And yeah, Fiona, Mel,
Yes.
you kind of hear the swanning sound of two laughing mad women kind of approaching behind you, and kind of this like long fingernailed, like beautifully manicured hand kind of taps you on the shoulder and hello.
Oh, I've been still going back and forth with this artist going, what? And I just literally, as soon as that happens, I turn around and completely ignore the artist, realizing what a faux pas I have done. And oh, Your Highness! And I'll bow, as well as one kind of dress stays, I bow. So,
Mel, this is Margie. Margie, this is Mel.
oh,
We're all friends here, don't worry.
I would love a culture and etiquette from you, Mel.
uh-oh. A culture and etiquette. Okay, 3 dice. One success.
You bow, but you can tell by the look on her face that the way in which you bow is somehow
Damn it.
a bit laughable. And she's like, lovely to meet you. Your friend Dora was telling me all about your musicality.
Oh yes, your Royal Highness. I do little ditties here and there, and I sort of entertain the masses. But I am also available for more royal variety performances, so to speak.
Well, Dora said you were very expensive.
Looking at her. I mean, obviously all things could be negotiated because obviously, well, as a royal
No. We wouldn't want to sell ourselves cheap now, Mel. Wink. I just say the word wink.
Wink.
I don't actually wink.
You say the word
Wink.
But obviously for our Royal Highness.
Wink.
Okay.
Well, good, I suppose.
I mean, I'm very good at, I believe have you heard of this art form called improvisation? I do a little bit of that, Your Highness. Yes. Especially
What does that involve?
Oh, well, incredibly, I can make up songs on the spot.
Well, go on, do one.
Well, sorry, I must, you give me a second. And I go,
You made this bed, now lie in it.
So what I'll do, I'll step back and I'll be like, okay, thinking, and drawing on the power of mimicking bird song and calls for my surprising skill, I am going to do, and I will do it as Fiona as well. I'm going to do a version of the Magic Flute aria.
Wow.
But it's more bird-like from the birds that we looked at. So it'll be like,
Amazing.
Okay. I would love creativity and passion
would
for
you?
this. Oh, yes.
What a shock.
I want 2 successes.
You want 2 successes?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I did use my scene cue of the surprising skill. but,
Okay, no, then actually, no, you're absolutely right. If you're using, I didn't realize you were using that resource.
Yes.
So no, I will not ask for a roll in that case.
Super.
It's delightful. That is absolutely hilarious.
I am sweating buckets.
The princess just goes, and you just made that all up.
Yes.
Oh,
Ah,
what
See?
a delight.
Isn't she great and definitely
Yes.
very available for hire?
Oh, well, that's just marvelous. I love the bird sounds. Now, am I right in thinking I heard some of the birds that we chose for the jamboree?
all 4 of them into one unique sound.
Oh, maybe this is something we should do for next year. Because you see all the paintings. I had them painted for us. And you see she is explaining that she's commissioned like 4 different artists from around the country. And they've all done interpretations of the birds from the bird
Oh, that's what it is. I turn around to the others. That's what you were trying. I see it now.
No, I think they've just made some big smudges on a canvas. You should get your money back.
No, it's like one of those optical magic images. You know, you've got to really squint.
It's art. It's all about creative interpretation. It's very modern.
I see it now.
I don't.
Well, be a Debbie Downer then, Dora.
I'm sorry. I just, I try and avoid work wherever possible, and I'm still not going to work to appreciate a work of art.
But I sort of told him, Dora, my dear, obviously Her Royal Highness has such wonderful eye and talent. Maybe we should, we do not have the same eye and talent being such poor, pretty avians. Maybe we should be getting her patronage.
No, Margie, you're a delight. I love it. You're wrong about the art. I'm sorry, you are, though.
Well, I suppose to each his own.
No. I am right.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
No.
At that,
We should nickname the stubborn. That's what it should be.
coming down the stairs, and you see rushing up the stairs, no time to stop to say hello, is the Countess Tilly Culpepper rushing up to go find Lord Sanjay, and you are coming down the stairs next to her, and you see in this ballroom is Dora and Mel really in rapt conversation with the princess. And you see Mel's like frantic expression and the wind up of Dora about to say something. What are you all doing?
Countess, perhaps you'd better go and assist Lady Pebbledash before she puts her foot in the royalty's mouth.
Yes, I hurry off. I smack people out of the way with my cane because, I can.
Yeah.
And hopefully turn up just in time to butt in.
Amazing. Just as you're like, no, you're wrong about the art. You arrive at that moment, Figgy.
Dora, Mel, Your Highness, lovely to see you again. I haven't seen you since you were yay big.
Oh, Figgy.
Figgy, Margie, Figgy.
Oh, we've met.
We have. So my stallion Rex, who is the brother of Winston, who you met this afternoon, is actually the sire of Margie's, if you don't mind me taking the liberty, of Margie's youngest foal.
That's right, little Archibald. Oh.
Yes. Such a good bloodline.
Gorgeous breeding.
Figgy, settle an argument, though. If you were to paint this form, would you expect to see, for example, distinguishable features, such as 4 legs, maybe a face or something? And if by extension of that, you were to paint a bird, would you expect maybe, I don't know, some wings, a beak, more than just a smear of red on a canvas? I'm just saying.
Mel is behind Dora, just with Figgy going, "Don't do it!" Like just making signs like, "Just don't do it, don't do it."
Well, I mean, you know me, Dora, darling. I don't like to get too discoursive, or discursive even. Who knows with my accent? Anyway, but I guess we are in the modernist gallery, and when in Rome, as they say, one must paint in a strangely Roman way.
Yes, but we're in Peccadillo. I don't understand what's going on, and that makes me angry.
And I think the princess just kind of leans over to Figgy and just goes, some people just will never understand, will they? These Americans.
They are lovely. There's just a little catching up to do, darling.
Charming little idiots.
I'm just saying, and I keep pointing to Mel's skirt, that's a bird. You can see its wings.
Let me see.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
That! Figgy! Is that your great-grandfather's or uncle? What was he again?
My Uncle Humphrey.
Uncle, that's the one. Didn't he do that one?
I said exactly the same thing. He did something, I'm sure, very similar. It's lovely, isn't it, to learn that, someone that you're related to spawned this great artistic movement that is now being copied.
In fact, I think many of our artists here are, disciples of Humphrey's work.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. I mean, bless his memory. He would have been so pleased.
Yes. Well, now, if you'll all excuse me, I must dance. And she kind of swans off to the dance floor and then starts, having a little boogie.
Well, I'm delighted I won that argument.
Ladies, forget all of that. Do I have news?
I don't know, do you?
I don't know. Does Arkwright want to stop me from having news?
Oh, Arkwright's still halfway up the stairs sequestering the Countess Culpepper.
Oh,
Nice.
You will never guess what we saw upstairs when we were looking for Wrigley.
Okay.
We saw Wrigley.
Well,
Yes.
done then. Yes.
In an illicit tryst, if I can be so, brash, with Her Highness's younger sister.
Right.
Tryst, I mean, they were kissing with their mouths.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Whew.
And their hands in improper places.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, this would certainly ruin Sanjay and probably the princess as well.
Well, hopefully Sanjay, definitely, I hope it does ruin Sanjay.
Right. Yes, of course.
Sorry, you're suggesting that not one, but somehow two people find Lord Wrigley attractive.
I have never understood that part, but I don't know, young people.
There's like a barrier in my brain, and that information just won't go any further.
I don't know, Dora, darling. I mean, maybe it would be just lovely if that information did go further. I don't know. I'm not a strategist or anything.
I mean, we've already ruined him for all time by beating him at the greatest competition that the world has ever seen, so...
True.
I mean, they've thrown a party for us.
But I guess, my darling Dora, I think what Vicky is trying to sort of put forward is that this could be our chance to fully destroy the RSPB. She remembers for good with such a ruinous scandal. I guess it's up to you if that is the power you hold in your hands.
How does the RSPA sound to you? The Royal Rueful Society of Pretty Avians. Just a thought.
I mean, it would impress Daddy. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure that princess could recognize a bird if she saw one, judging by the painting, though. But I'm putting a pin in it. It's fine. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. No. I've just had an idea.
Okay.
If people found out that somehow a second human being seemed to be attracted to Lord Wrigley, this could ruin them. I'm a genius.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see.
Incredible. As you say that, we're going to cut to halfway up the stairs. Arkwright.
Okay.
The Countess Tilly Culpepper is right next to you, headed up the stairs. Figgy has just run down. What are you doing?
Countess, but you're looking for Lord Sanjay Wrigley, yes?
Yes, the Princess, Her Royal Highness, has
Yes.
requested him, wants him to meet some musician or something.
Well, I found him.
Ah.
Perhaps it would be better if we spoke in private, in a less public area.
Oh, yes, of course. And she kind of follows you up the stairs.
You know, we've known each other for all but 10 minutes.
If that.
But I feel a deep kinship with you, Countess, if I may say.
Yes.
And I thought it would be best if you heard this from me. I did rather stumble upon, as I was attempting to find Lord Wrigley. There's no easy way to say this, but he and the Princess Annalise... I can't go further. I can't go further. I simply can't. I won't be the one to break this to you.
No.
I won't.
I know they've been writing each other for months.
You ripped it out of me. They were kissing.
No! On the mouth!
If they'd been making a cake, they'd be leaving flowery handprints all over each other. It hurt me to see. And that I be the one to bring such painful news to you. That breaks my heart.
Thank you. Thank you, Arkwright. It's a true friend.
Of course. Always. Always.
What should I do?
Oh.
Can't go back down there. I can't show my face.
But if you don't go and show your face, then Lord Wrigley was attempting to salvage the royal patronage today.
No, blast the royal patronage. He doesn't deserve it.
Then maybe you should go down and show your face. Maybe this bastard doesn't deserve the royal patronage.
You're right.
This cad does clearly not deserve the royal patronage. Perhaps you ought to go show your face.
Perhaps I ought to go show my face after all.
But don't do anything too rash.
And she steams down the stairs, like face red, like and steaming. She kind of marches up to the platform where Mel was performing and says,
no.
Excuse me, everyone, but I'd rather have something to say. I'm just giving anyone a moment to intervene if they would like, but I'm going to carry on.
I think what happens is there's a gasp, a turn, a lull. I think Dora, even thick as she is, puts two and two together. And there's a moment, and she just raises her champagne glass and starts dinging it with her spoon so everyone listens up.
Could I get a collective, I'll let you choose between culture and etiquette or creativity and passion to see if you can all successfully, like, get everyone's attention, do a very, like, scandalous performance to this, really encourage the crowd. Let me know what you're rolling, how many collective successes we get.
So are we each rolling, or is one person rolling for all of us?
Everyone is going to roll individually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go for creativity and passion.
Me too.
One success from Liz.
One success.
One success from Mel.
Nice. Figgy.
Am I?
Everyone who's there, if they want to.
2 from Figgy.
No, I didn't get any.
You all are very successful at, like, ahem, or, you know, digging the glass, or anything like that. And as the Countess is speaking, the entire room, including the princess, turns and pays attention to this. And she just says, I have just been informed that Lord Sanjay Wrigley and Princess Annalise Chen have been spotted by members of staff fornicating!
Gasps! Gasps! Oh no!
Mel faints.
Yeah, there is just absolute uproar in the room as you see the princesses. Oh, no! My sister! And just everyone is scattered about at the absolute scandal of this place. And you see Countess Tilly starts to cry, just like, oh, damn this blasted society of birds! And just runs out of the building, out the front door. as the attendants and everyone try to calm everyone, ply people with hors d'oeuvres and alcohol. But this room is in just shambles, and you see the princess is trying to move out of this space and go to the countess, who is her friend.
Well, that was more interesting than I thought.
Make a path that Her Royal Highness wishes to exit. And I smack people with my cane.
You clear a path, you snap people out the way with your cane, and you all watch as the princess kind of goes and starts to console the countess, and you see them talking conspiratorially and like big hand gestures and just like really firm like punching of her fist from the princess and chopping things down in the air with her hand, and you get the impression that royal patronage may not be on the cards anymore for Lord Sanjay Wrigley.
Goodbye, RSPB.
Do we strike a very royal bird watcher pose just in the background, just in case somebody notices?
Or villainess, like we're all there.
The chance to sweep in, take it.
Yeah, do you want to consult with each other after while this is happening, or shall we move on? What do you want to do?
I only know how to start fires. So
Okay, well, fine. Well, let's have a huddle.
yeah,
RSPA, very impromptu meeting. Call to order right now. Come on, Arkwright, come on.
yes. Hello, sorry. I apologize.
Party huddle. We're dancing. No one look at us. All right, we have to come up with a plan. So, RSPB definitely dead. Look at that poor woman weeping. RSPA maybe on the rise.
Indeed, like the phoenix, so to speak.
Like that's a bird
That
that
is-
I'm pretty sure is
That
real.
is a bird. It's not, but go on.
No, I'm pretty sure it's real.
Okay,
Who's the award-winning ornithologist? Arkwright.
You're right.
It's me.
Ornithologist.
no, not a word, but go on.
Agreed. How do we make the best of the situation? Because obviously, at any point, we could go over to Her Royal Highness and try and get that patronage, but it might be a thorny thing. She might just be like, no more patronage for any birds whatsoever. We have to be careful what we say.
I don't know. Show off our skills. You did the good bird song. They all seem very impressed with that.
I feel that's a one and done type of thing. I don't know if I could replicate any of its effects.
You are wearing a bird. Does that do anything?
No, I'm not.
You're wearing a painting of a bird, aren't you?
No, this whole thing. I did this whole time. Every time someone's mentioned the painting, I've been turning it around so the eagle moves around on the bellhop skirt.
God. Good.
In this light, it's just so familiar. Yes.
The brushwork's actually very good for a replica.
Yes.
I think something we know about the princess is that clearly she is a fan of modernism. And Mel, your musical performances are modernist. Is that something?
I mean, I'm definitely happy to give another go at a performance.
This party's in shambles. Perhaps if we salvaged it.
Oh, for the face of the princess, if we could calm the party down in some way through your musical talents, we could be the heroes.
Art show. Hear me out.
Okay.
Mel is bringing the music to the party, showing our affinity with birds, and look at what's on the walls. Literally anyone could make these paintings. We could be anyone.
Dora, darling, are you saying we
do
make
art?
Right. Yes, that's
and
what
the
I thought.
princess will be so overwhelmed because she has terrible taste in art that she will think that we are the best and make us a royal society.
It's a near perfect plan, but unfortunately we don't have a large canvas-sized piece of paper upon which to paint. It's the one thing we don't have.
One moment, and I will go inside the skirt and put out my hand for I know
Arkwright's just going to hand the dress.
hands. And I was like, you see the like
That's
little
Chekhov's dress.
Yeah.
and you just
I
see
knew
this
that.
little cylinder sort of chuck around as I'm trying to get into the dress, and then I like sort of pop out, and then we turn it inside out and go, how's that? Wearing the dress that Arkwright has got me.
Oh my God. Mel, I don't know if you knew this, but your dress was a massive canvas all along.
Oh, no.
Oh, and sourced from the very same supplier as Uncle Humphrey's.
Yes, look, it says it on the back.
It does. What are those smudgy letters? Whatever.
I don't worry. These signatures, Canvas people like to put their I desperately are trying to wipe off Uncle Henry's signature on this canvas.
We're just ruining this art.
We're about to ruin it even more.
Yeah, you wipe off the signature. I'm not going to make you roll for it. Yeah, you wipe it off.
Okay, we're going to need some paint or mustard. I don't know. Something that could make a bird, but not a bird, because they're just smears. Look at this.
You spy many canapes. You spy champagne. You spy various bags on the arms of women that you can see some makeup through, that kind of thing. There are some options.
We use all of it.
Oh no.
Yes.
Describe to me what this looks like, and based off that, I will determine how many successes you need and who is rolling. And it's going to be creativity and passion.
Is it perhaps performance art? So one of those things where Mel is singing, but also covered in a lot of goop and kind of just rolling around on the canvas.
Yes,
So,
like she
it's
was a bird.
multimedia. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I am Bohemian.
Yes, that's perfect. Those notes, they were great. Keep going. Yeah, there we go. Yes.
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 Art.
I would say, so I'm very happy to do that. But I think what I would do to help, perhaps, is talk to those artists. Perhaps I'm sure they'll have various paintbrushes or spare watercolors and oil pastels on there.
They just bring him to a party.
My partner in real life is an artist, and one thing I know that she definitely does is carry spare paintbrushes around every day.
Right, real
Classic.
life.
That's definitely what she does, yes.
Yep. It's like, I'm just missing that paintbrush to sign my name.
Yeah. It's weird. She works on computers too, but how else are people supposed to know that you're an artist and make
No,
conversation about
exactly.
it?
Just like in your hair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if somebody asks you to paint something?
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
You're on a flight. They go, "Is anybody a painter here? We need a painter immediately." It just happens.
Yeah, it's like, you're a painter, are you? Well, could you just paint something for me right now? It's like,
prove it.
you're a comedian. Just tell me a joke.
Paint something then.
Sometimes you're at a party and you need to forge some bird art, okay? We've all done it.
Yeah.
It's a
We've
plausible
all
scenario.
Been there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Mel? Is it Mel rolling?
It's probably Mel rolling.
For creativity,
art.
most likely.
Yeah.
Okay, Mel. So,
Yes.
you are utilizing what to make this painting?
Well, I think it's incredibly clear that
Is it?
Well, I think, as my wonderful colleagues have sort of pointed out, I assume Figgy is talking to the people with the makeup and is sort of just helping her to that. Dora is probably grabbing various canapes and champagne, probably taking a bit of a drink herself.
Yep.
Arkwright is probably just sort of going to the left or trying to help.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just take a big breath and I just what Fiona would call belly flop onto the canvas as a phoenix sort of thing, and then a food bird
Beautiful.
onto the canvas.
Okay. Yep. I want you to roll creativity.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you already rolled?
No. I was waiting for you to
Okay,
say. I was waiting for you to say how many successes. That's what I was waiting for.
I want 2.
Okay.
I should ask for 3, but I'm going to be kind.
What do you mean you can be kind?
I'm going to ask for 2.
So the one that fell on the floor was a 1. And I got a 2. And then a 5 and a 6. That's 2 successes.
Ta-da!
Oh my God. So describe to me how amazingly this looks.
I think in Mel's head, she thinks back to graduating from the big sort of orchestral school and being looked down on by her male peers for for doing various little ditties that didn't make it to and how her final piece of music didn't make it into showcase. And she just takes a deep breath and she starts thinking of the song that was going to make for her final song, and she'll sing it as she's doing it. Tell my ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Stirring stuff. Yes. Stirring.
That's all right till I come home. And then Bobber, she is handsome, she is pretty,
Oh
rolling
my
around.
God.
She is the belle of Peccadillo City.
All eyes turn.
And just continue like that until the art is I feel, done.
The room falls to a hush, and you see the crowd begins to encircle you. You all, as you know, Mel too in the moment, but the rest of you see the princess kind of her ear perk up and her turn towards the room and slowly, almost as if in slow motion, walk into the room, and the crowd parts and she beholds this phoenix flying before her, song in the air, and you watch as a single tear rolls down her cheek.
Your Majesty, I think you'll find this is art.
Incredible stuff. We're going to cut to like 2 weeks later.
We're in prison. We're being deported to Australia.
Arkwright, you are erecting across a gorgeous Peccadillo City facade a sign that says Royal Rueful Spotters of Pretty Avians.
Unbelievable.
And you all find yourself in this gorgeous space where you have been set up by the Princess Marjorie Chen. Could each of you tell me about the space that you build in this office, so to speak?
Well, Dora's put in a full bar. I don't know what you are all doing about our bird-watching society, but I've put in a full bar.
Figgy, what does your space look like?
I've made sure that we have the corner allocated for the hounds, because you never know because you need the hounds on
To hunt the birds.
Yeah, on this second story office building that we've got. So that's it. I have brought in a lot of the kind of old chic and farmyard smells.
Very good.
Good. Mel, what have you made?
Oh my word. Mel has just moved in.
Sounds about right.
Mel lives here now.
Mel lives here now. But it's like, you know, when you move into a new place, so it's all like the stuff in another corner, but you've got her piano, all of her sheet music, but it looks incredibly small in this gigantic room.
Good.
And she probably is like in the middle of teaching various small but rich children, well-off children, her ditties that have been like the phone has been off the hook and she's trying to get through like as many like yes, I'll come up with another one. What about round? That's a good round. Yes.
Amazing. And Arkwright, what does your space look like?
Well, Arkwright probably doesn't have a major space, but Arkwright's probably behind the scenes in sort of the staff quarters of this building, just greeting the new head of staff that he's hired, Friedrich, to just try and free Friedrich from the household and just get him set up here with a space of his own.
Amazing. In your bar, Dora, the phone rings and no one is there to answer it for
I
you.
stare at it.
It keeps ringing.
Arkwright just pops up from behind the bar. sorry, I was in another room. Hello, the Royal Rueful Society for the Royal Rueful Spotters of Pretty Avians here.
Hello, I'm calling for Miss Dora Pebbledash. It's Daddy.
One moment, I'll just see if she's here. Just put the phone on. It's your father.
Daddy! I make the gimme hands.
Okay, here we are. There we go.
Daddy, you'll never guess.
Dora, darling, tell me about your big city times in Europe.
Well, not only did I meet a princess, I am now under the patronage of a princess. I'm very famous and important. I am a world-renowned birdthologist.
That sounds amazing, darling. That was well done in such record time.
You know, I've always told you, Daddy, I'm just great at everything.
And yes, you are, my little chicken.
Daddy, you must come visit.
What, to your little bird society? Maybe catch a glimpse of some little peckers? To know, it's the only thing my brain did.
You don't say.
Daddy, this isn't a little bird society. The camera pans back to our sweeping mansion. I think you'll find I'm doing quite well.
We sweep out to the city of Peccadillo. As we pull out of the Royal Rueful Spotters of Pretty Avians, you see many new members lined up outside, ready to join.
Figgy's horse is in the queue.
And we watch as the city of Peccadillo fades into the distance. And that is where we're going to end our game!
Wow.
Thank you, everyone, for playing.
Thank you for running.
My word.
That was good fun. I liked it.
Took a turn. Sorry, guys.
Took a turn. Took many turns.
I need you to know that I, at the last minute, decided, like by last minute as in when I announced them coming in, that the Countess and Lord Sanjay were engaged. And then you were walking to find him, like, well, they need to find something. Well, I guess he's just, doing...
Yep.
Perfect.
He's the worst. That's fair.
Truly out of my ass. But you know what?
Hey.
I had a great time.
That was brilliant.
If you've enjoyed listening to this, you can find myself and Liz and James over on Realms of Peril and Glory. We do everything from one-shots to campaigns, indie games to established titles. We do full sound designed episodes, beautiful original music, and just a lot of heart and a lot of laughs. It's shorter seasons, so you don't need to commit too much time. And if you like kind of how we ran things for this game, I reckon you're going to like Realms of Peril and Glory. So go check us out at realmspod.com or just search Realms of Peril and Glory wherever you listen to podcasts. But that out of the way, please can everyone else let the folks at home know where you can be found, and we'll start with James.
Hi, yeah, I'm James Barbarossa. As I say, I can be found on Twitter for as long as that lasts at BarbarossaPhone. And of course, if you'd like to commission some music from me, I do all the music for Realms, Power and Glory. You can find that at realmspod.com/music, and you should absolutely come and check out Realms and our flagship series Veil. I play all of the NPCs on that, so I do the chaos, but in Zach's favor rather than to spite him. And of course, the incredible Liz is also a part of that. So just come check us out.
Amazing. Fiona.
Hello. So when I don't know what that was, but when I'm not doing that, you can also find me here at What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast. We do lots of different systems, as you've seen here today. I'm also the co-host of the DM's Book Club, which is a D&D lore podcast, where we every week take a bit of D&D, go, this is rubbish, let's make it better. And we do that with my co-host Hamilton. And we've got the GM's Book Club coming up as well, which is looking at different RPGs and the game mechanics for that. So we've got all the bases covered, essentially. And we do interviews, we do actual plays, all in a nice way, just just to teach you how to play the game, just as Zach has done here for us today. So that's What Am I Rolling, DM's Book Club, and GM's Book Club, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Amazing. Liz.
I've been Liz Campbell. You can find me on the internet at Liz X Campbell. You can also find me playing other games at Realms of Peril and Glory, which you've heard a number of plugs for now. James stole my recommendation for Vale, but I'm gonna gently repeat it because it is very good. It's as he said, it's our flagship series. It's kind of high fantasy, 13th age game system, and yeah, you've got me, Zach, and James, and a bunch of other really fantastic players. And it sounds great because Zach and James do an excellent job. So if you like us, go check that one out.
Thank you. And Jane.
Thank you very much. I'm Jane Hermiston. You can find me on Twitter if you wish to see pictures of my cats, basically.
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you can find me on Twitter as Jane_Hermiston. During the day, to pay for cat food, I also work for Rowan, Rook and Deckard. I look after their finances, but the team there are all a bunch of wonderful people who make some very wonderful games. So if you like games, go to rowanrookanddeckard.com and download some.
Well, I've been your game master, Zachary Fortiscom, at ZachFG on Twitter. That's ZACKFG. As I said, I'm on Realms of Peril and Glory, but really what I'd like to ask you to do today is keep listening to What Am I Rolling? If you've come over here from Realms of Peril and Glory, because you're like, I like Zach and James and Liz, and I want to hear them do stuff. Also, what you will like is listening to Fiona and the litany of talented people she has on Play Games. If we have run a game system on Realms of Peril and Glory, odds on, Fiona has run it here, so you will be familiar with what is on offer. She's a marvelous GM, and she does a fantastic job of explaining game systems to you. So please, just check something else out on the feed that's here. Anything that catches your fancy, I'm sure you're going to enjoy. So, again, Realms listeners, stick on here. Your assignment from me, Zach, the GM, find one other episode on this podcast feed and go listen to it after this is done. Go do it. That's your assignment and report back. Thank you.
All right, that's my firstborn as well, Zach. No worries.
So that is all I have for you all today. Thank you so much for listening. Take care and goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Fiona, for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were James, Jane, Liz, and me, Fiona. This episode's guest GM was Zach from Realms of Peril and Glory. Check out Realms of Peril and Glory on their website, www.realmspod.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. This episode's RPG was Flabbergasted, a comedic tabletop role-playing game set in the Roaring Twenties. You can find out more information about Flabbergasted and grab your own copy on the Wanderer's Tome website. That's www.wanderers-tome.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website at www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. And remember, adventurers need not apply.